to meet you. I'm Dave from HeyUGuys. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the most challenging thing for you from adapting a screenplay into a film, or from a novel to a screenplay and then into your film?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all a challenge, obviously, turning anything into a movie, whether it's off white paper or whether it's off of a novel. Well, the challenge, in a sense, is keeping inside the vernacular of Hunter S. Thompson. That's the most important thing, hopefully, to try and keep his spirit into what is ostensibly a completely new piece of work. Because I don't want to be a scribe of sort of saying, oh, that's what the dialogue was, is it? So there's no dialogue of Hunter's in the whole film. It's all rewritten stuff. Hopefully in his vernacular. That's what I tried to do. And that is a challenge, except that, he's an iconic writer, Hunter, but my kind of rageful comedy, if you like, isn't that too divorced from him in that sense, although we're very different people. But, I am not Hunter S. Thompson. I can't write like him. I can only write like me. So I had to rewrite the whole thing from my perspective.
And what was your relationship with his body of work before you took on this movie?
Quite close. I'm a bibliomaniac. I have a lovely library of books, and I have most of Hunter's work in my library at home. So I was very familiar with Hunter S. Thompson's writing.
Had you ever met him before?
I met him once in Los Angeles in the Chateau Marmont Hotel. His ex-girlfriend, Layla, who was a friend of my wife, called us up. We were in Los Angeles and said, "Do you want to come meet Hunter?" And of course, yeah, I mean, a huge fan of his. And we went round to the hotel, and he was sitting there with a towel over his head, with all the paraphernalia of Thompsonism in front of him, the industrial coke grinder, the big sack of grass, 200 Dunhill, Chivas Regal. And I walked in and sat down, like we are now, opposite each other, for 2 hours. Never said a word to him. He never said a word to me. And then I said, "Well, I'm off now then." And he went, "Ah." And that was it.
Fantastic.
Never spoke a word to him in my life.
And I loved in the production notes, you also mentioned that you tried to keep his personality and those things you just mentioned with you on set. So Johnny and yourself put things around on set that...
Yeah, Johnny had a chair with with Hunter's name on the back, and he had a script bound up, leather script with Hunter's name on it. And we had the Chivas Regal and the Dunhill cigarettes he used to smoke, and the cigarette holder. So Hunter was very much a presence on there, and then every morning before shooting, we'd pour a highball glass full of scotch and ice and dab it behind our ears like cologne.
Fantastic.
For luck.
You didn't want to originally direct the movie. What was it that Johnny or whoever it was that convinced you to say that you would direct?
Well, it was Johnny, and Johnny is an enormous film star, and if he was prepared to take that kind of risk, which he was, I acquiesced to his confidence in his own judgment that I was the right guy to do it. But he can have who he wants. So it's rather flattering for him to have wanted me.
Yeah, I guess if he asked the question, it's hard to say no. Generally,
I did say no, and he kept coming back again and again, nagging and harassing me.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Did you know when you did with Nail and I that it was going to open so many doors to other things like, and eventually this?
No, not at all. When With Nail was finished, I very clearly remember saying to my wife, "Oh, please, God, can we get 2 weeks at the Gate Cinema in Notting Hill? Please, let us just get 2 weeks at the Gate." And there was no expectation whatsoever that With Nail and I would have the kind of staying power that it apparently has. I mean, it's now what it is. It's With Nail and I. It's there.
Yeah, and it will live on in cult history for forever.
Why? It's rather like Blythe's Spirit or something like that. It's one of those bits of English. It has entered into Englishness with Nell and I, and that was purely by accident, not design. I mean, I didn't sit there writing that and thinking, oh, people are going to be looking at this in 5 years' time, let alone 25 years' time. It's amazing to me.
So do you have any tips for budding screenplay writers or script writers that would want to get into this industry? Like, if there's anything that you could give them as a tip?
yes, I would say that if you want to be a screenwriter, write and write and write, and when you think you can't write anymore, write it again, then write it again, then write it again, and do not anchor yourself to, you write a script, don't walk up and down Water Street with that for 10 years. If nobody wants it, gone. Now do another one, and then do another one, and then do another one. And that truly would be my advice. Just keep doing it, because you keep learning and learning and learning. But don't have a screenplay on the bottom of your shoe like a piece of chewing gum. It's a dead-end street, that one. Get rid of it. Do another one.
Cool. Thank you very much. It's great to meet you. Thank you for your
My
time
pleasure.
today.